Hi and welcome to Worldwide Culinary Apprentice online cooking school. My name is Chef Roger and I'm about to teach you about sous vide and precision cooking. Sous vide using a vacuum seal machine and precision cooking using an immersion circulator. What's a sous vide machine? It's if I take food, I put it into that bag here and I place it into that beautiful piece of equipment. It's going to extract the air from the bag and the food and create a seal. Then that food can be saved for a longer time. It can also be cooked into that bag using a water bath equipped with an immersion circulator. When using those techniques, you want to be careful. There's different rules that needs to be taken, because even if you're removing all the air, so there's no more oxygen in it, there's still some bacteria that could develop without the need of oxygen. So we want to be very careful how we use that and how we cook it. You know, when the food is cooked after, we want to make sure we're going to let it set at room temperature for 15-20 minutes, and then you want to cool it down completely in an ice bath and keep it refrigerated after. You want to be very careful again, because you know those bacteria that survive the fact that there's no oxygen can be very, very dangerous for you. So that's sous vide. Most of the thing you buy, there's no problem with it. But if you start using some raw garlic, for example, that's when you want to be careful. Now here, I'm using that water bath to cook that food, and we call that precision cooking. Precision cooking because with that piece of equipment, that circulator, I'm going to be able to bring that water at a certain temperature and keep that temperature as long as I want. And it will stay exactly the same. So there is no chance of overcooking or undercooking your food. It's really, really precise. So, you know, in a restaurant and even at home, it's very useful because you prevent any kind of mistake. Unless you don't know how to use it or you don't know the temperature. But you learn. That's been sent to me by VACMASTER. Great company. They do a lot of food equipment, mostly sous vide machine and others. And I contacted them, I told them about my little project here, and they sent me those two pieces of equipment. So thank you, VACMASTER. I'm very, very grateful for that. This is the VACMASTER VP120. That's the last model for that kind of sous vide machine. It's actually a chamber sous vide machine. There's a chamber here, it's different than the clamp one you may have at home. Which great with that is you can vacuum anything, and even if there's liquid in it, you're not going to damage the pump, because the way it's built, it's good for that. And this is the VACMASTER VS1. That's the new circulator. It's a beautiful piece of equipment. I love it because it's large, so I can circulate a lot of water. Circulate means that there's a pump inside here. This piece of equipment is 3 at 1. It's a thermometer, a heater, and a pump. The pump allows the water to circulate around the food and around the bag, so everything cooked evenly and consistently. It's a large pump, so I can do a lot with it. You know, I could have a container here twice that size with twice the amount of water, and the water will circulate very, very well. Very, very happy with that. It plays like that. It works very well. I'm cooking vegetable today, but I'm going to show you later on how we braise the pork belly with that, how we cook a steak at exactly the right temperature. It'll be medium, medium rare, you know. It's just great for many, many, many different use. And again, thank you, VACMASTER. So here, I'm going to show you the marshmallow. I take those 2 marshmallows, I'm going to place them in this way. I'm going to set the machine. I want a long vacuum. So I'm going to set exactly how long I want it. I'm going to put 50 seconds. I could go up to 60. I don't need to worry about the seal. You have a set here where you could, you know, do a long seal that depends on the thickness of the bag. but here I'm not going to use any bag, so no need. We're going to close the lid. It's all automatic. I'm going to press my start button. And look at those two, how they already start to expand. They grow, they grow. You see that? Huge! More seconds to go. If I wanted to stop it now, I could. I just press the seal button and that will shut it down. But I want to let it go more. Okay. You see? Now I've got tiny marshmallow. Tiny, tiny marshmallow. Huh? So when you eat that now, it's much denser. It's a little stronger in flavor too. Because when you remove the air from a product, when you intensify its flavor. Okay. I have to watch my sugar intake here, so I'm not going to eat those right now. Okay, so let's sous vide some food here. I'm going to do different recipe with that. Here I have some sweet chard that I clean and trim, and I'm going to cook them with some olive oil and a little bit of champagne vinegar that I have here. When you bag your food, you want to fold the side. It's very important that you do not put any food or any fat, grease, water into the bag here at that part, because sometimes it may create a problem when you want to seal the bag. So you fold it, you place your food inside, and put it like that. I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. I'm going to add some olive oil, not too much. I made some little bouquet garni here, some little sachet. There's inside here I have bay leaf, some thyme, peppercorn, and a piece of garlic. We want to put in a sachet. If I were just to put them in like that, if they were in contact with that piece, for example, that piece would be very, very strong. So, you know, again, since those flavors are not diluted in any water, they create more flavor. So you want to be careful with that, and this is why we keep them into a little sachet. And some of my champagne vinegar here. So like that. Now I'm going to unfold it. And I'm going to place that into the machine. We'll put it flat like that. I'm going to lock the bag into that machine. And now we're going to seal it. Close the lid. And we start. While that's happening, I'm going to do my endives. So the endive here is like some kind of braising liquid that I'm going to do, braising technique. I'm going to cook them with a little piece of ginger and some oranges. Beautiful thing. So the ginger here, I need to put it to wrap it. Like I said before, I have it right here. So that's gonna go here. Oops. That's getting ready here. Going to unlock the bag, and here, this is sous vide. Put that here for now. So yes, the ginger and the oranges. I'm going to put also a tiny bit of olive oil. And fold the bag. Put that in. Seal it. And now, I'm going to put those so they stay flat. Okay. Here we go. Some beautiful carrots. I cut them in half. Same thing. Those I'm going to use a smaller bag. They should fit here very well. Actually, I'm going to use that one. There's different size, you know, of bags, of course, depending how much food you want to put into the bag. So the carrots, the same. I have a little bouquet garni. Yes, this is it. Thyme, bay leaf, peppercorn, and here a little. I put 3 pieces of a star anise. When I say 3 pieces, that would be 1, 2, and 3. Because that's very strong star anise. Put them in. My carrots. Let's get back to that here. And look, and here we have our endive. So you see the oranges went everywhere. It didn't stay in one part of the bag. So this is another great thing about that. If you want to do some marinated food, beautiful thing to use, but I'll show that in another video. Okay, endives are ready. My carrots here, I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil too. Some salt and a little bit of pepper. You shake that to distribute everything very well. Up. Actually, I could have skipped the pepper. I'm just thinking now because I have peppercorn into the sachet here, so I could have skipped it. Oops. I like it peppery. Okay, I'm going to place my bag here. Lock it. And here we go. So those are carrots. They're gonna need a little bit longer time to cook into the machine here. Oh, I need to put that on actually. I just turn that machine on here. Okay. Those vegetables are going to cook at 85 degrees Celsius between 45 minutes to an hour. so I can set the time. There's a timer here which will let me know when the food is ready. I'm going to put it for 45 minutes. Because this is when I want to remove the first one. I know my carrots and artichoke might need a little longer. Okay. Temperature is set. I press the go button. It's easy as that. Timer. Et voilà. Beautiful thing. Here. And I'm going to finish that now with some artichoke. We're going to do some cooked artichoke too. Let me show you how we clean artichoke. I'm going to turn those artichokes actually. Here I have some acidulated water, so the water with a squeeze of lemon juice. Artichoke, usually you will cook them in what we call dans un blanc, which is a combination of water, lemon juice, olive oil and flour. This is to prevent the artichoke from oxidizing. While when I'm cooking them and first I sous vide them, I don't have to worry about oxidation. So this is a great thing because, you know, when you cook them into that lemony solution, you're losing some of the flavor of the artichoke because the lemon cannot take over it. So here I'm just going to keep the flavor of only the artichoke. Actually going to put a little white wine with it, but that's different. Okay, so for the artichoke, I'm going to trim a little bit of the stem, a tiny bit of the stem here. I'm going to cut off some of the leaves. What I want to keep is the heart of the artichoke, which is, you know, in that area here. So I know that all that I can trim it already, so it's not in the way. Here. Now I'm going to remove all the green part. All the green part needs to go. So yes, all the green I'm going to remove. I'm going to keep, you know, I'm going to cut off till I reach the light green. So all the outside here is going to go. Why do we remove that? It's because it's very bitter. And the green part of the artichoke, very bitter. You don't want to eat it. It's not good. Sometimes what you want to do is start removing some of the leaves here first. You will take it, snap it, and put it away. Take, snap, and pull. You do not want to tear those out like that because you break them. You want to snap them and pull them away. Snap and pull away. It's very important. Like that. Okay. If you don't want to remove them, if you're comfortable just turning it with the leaves, it works too. Now I'm going to take my knife, and the knife is going to have that motion up and down around the artichoke. The artichoke is going to turn around it. See? This way. And as you go, you'll see that it's starting to get lighter in color. This is good. So when it gets like that, you want to turn lower. Now what you could do is turn the artichoke on the other side and turn it like that. This way. When you get to the stem, you want to keep the stem. I'm going to go this way and cut the stem, part of the stem off like that. We remove some of the stem also, not just because of the bitterness of it, but there's a lot of little strings in it, so we want to try to get rid of them as much as possible. Now those strings, is very little bit left, they should break down as they cook. Like that. Now I'm going to dip that artichoke right away into my lemony water so they don't start oxidizing before I place them into the bag. All the green must go. And this is a turned artichoke. I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to do my other one. Show you again. Trim part of the tip here. Some people might want to remove the stem completely. I want to keep it. But if you want, if you don't want it, just get it off. But just know that the flavor of the stem is as good as the heart of your artichoke. Okay, trimming the leaves. And again, we're going to turn that. Remember, if you want to remove some of those leaves here, you snap them and you pull them. Snap and pull. Snap and pull. That makes just the process a little easier. So for the beginner, you might want to do that, it helps. Now you take your knife and again you cut around. You cut, and you turn the artichoke around the knife. As you remove the first layer, you're going lower and you do the same on the other side. It's easier, you can turn it and do it this way. You need to have a very sharp knife. If not, it's going to make you crazy. Always work with sharp knife anyway. There's a less chance that you cut yourself. Okay. Turn. I'm going to trim a little bit some of those leaves here. Voilà. Put them in my lemony water. Now I'm going to cut the artichoke in half. Actually going to quarter them this way. That's going to allow me to remove the choke from them and the hair. Not the hair. Quarter them. Keep them in there so they don't oxidize. Artichoke oxidize very, very quick, so if you're not using them right away, if you need to let them stand a little bit, they need to be in that solution. Okay, now I'm going to remove those this way. Just like that. Do the trimming if needed. So that's your choke here. And those are the four of the hair. The choke, if you don't remove them as you eat your artichoke, you might choke on it. I want to remind everybody also that, we have an Android app right now, WhatsApp, and iPad application. So, if you want to check those out, I think they're pretty cool. I just actually did the update on my app application today. So check it out. Okay, my artichokes are clean. This is good. I'm going to take them, place them in a bowl. Like that. A little salt. Some olive oil. And vinegar, white wine. Is that it? I'm going to, place that into my bag. a little sachet. I miss a sachet for that one. So I take some cheesecloth and I put that inside here. My peppercorn. Up. Wrap this inside. A piece of string. And in here, and now I'm going to vacuum it. So now here you see I have those stems very little fragile. So the vacuum time is going to be a little less, so I don't break the stem. Press the set button, and we're going to do a little less. Okay, and here we are. So see, I realized I forgot something. So I press the off button and it just stops everything without creating a seal, so I don't waste the bag. I'm going to open the lid. You see, it's not sealed anything. So this is a great addition to that machine. Many don't have that. I just want to flatten my artichoke. This is what I forgot to do. Okay, those are ready. Beautiful thing, huh? So now I'm going to put those into, I'm going to lift my lid here, which is at temperature. I'm going to place those into the water. In the bottom of that container here, I have a wire rack. This is to prevent the bag with the food to just go into the bottom and sink and stay in the bottom, and then the water won't be able to circulate under it very well. So you put that rack so the water can go under it. I'm going to wait 45 minutes again. Then I will remove the vegetable from the bath, let them set for 20 minutes at room temperature, and then into an ice bath to cool them down completely. Why don't we go straight into an ice bath? Because the shock of temperature will be too much and it's not good for the texture. You know, if I was to cook those in regular water out of a bag, then I will shock them right away in an ice bath. That's not a problem. But here they stay so long at that temperature that you want the shock to be progressive. You know, you want them to cool down slowly for 20 minutes, and then you can ice them to cool them down completely. So I'll see you in 45 minutes. So now I remove my vegetables from the water here. Here we are. Besides my artichoke, the artichoke needs a little bit more time. And so I'm going to let them another 10-15 minutes here, then I will remove them. Again, if you're not going to use those right away and you're going to serve them, you know, on another day, you want to let them set at room temperature 20 minutes, then ice them in an ice bath till they're completely cold. And before you refrigerate them, you want to name them and you want to label them, tell everybody what they are, the date you made them too. So mostly in a restaurant situation, you want to treat it like that. It's very important. So hear me, I'm going to use those right away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my bag here. I'm going to make a great dish with that. I'm going to make some braised pork belly. Be another video. So anyway, here I'm going to take one out here so you can see how it is. It's beautiful, beautiful little thing here. It's nice and tender. Careful not to make a mess with my juice. Before you open the bag, and those have been resting for 10-15 minutes maybe, I wait a little bit. They stay warm inside anyway. So they need to settle down a little bit before you serve them. Oh, that aroma that's coming out of the bag is delicious. It smells so good. Again, there's so much more flavor this way that you keep in. Okay, and here are my carrots. I'm going to try them. So here, and I see that now, and it's a mistake I made earlier. I made that mistake so you know not to make it. So I put that pepper on my carrot, and now I can see the pieces of pepper on it. And you see it focused here mostly on one part and not everywhere. So this is why it's very important to use a sachet when you do that. You put all your spices in a sachet. It's more efficient this way. And voila, let me try Swiss chard. Really good, and it's cooked exactly at the right temperature, you know. It's the right doneness. You try a carrot. Excellent. Oh, it really makes a difference. Now, you know, it's still good to cook your vegetable the traditional way, huh? This is just like food technology, you know, how to make things a little bit better. Do you need it? It's up to you, but it's good to know about it, I think. It's very, very good. Oh, those are going to be done now. Again, I'm going to let them set. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed that quick demo on sous vide and precision cooking. Thank you for watching, and I see you next class. Bye-bye.